ban gambling.
And maybe
you have a little bit more control over Kick than we do over Twitch, don't you?
And maybe you should have put a little bit more effort, or the same effort you did for the gambling bans that you do for the small to mid-sized creators on the platform while you sit there having a $10 million+ contract. Why don't you put that on hold and push for the small to mid-sized creators?
I really love that you think I have a $10 million+ contract. That'd be fucking awesome. Thank you.
Amazon does not put out flat contracts for flat amounts anymore.
Oh, this is it. Oh, this is it. Okay.
It's associated with me, by the way.
So look how long, right? Look how long this video is. This video is nearly 4 hours long.
I am very much in favor of never being on LSF ever again.
This video is nearly 4 hours long, and the videos that I saw, again, you can label me a Hasan guy, sure, but I'm more of like I'm cool with watching whoever. To be perfectly honest, I'm not gonna say, oh, he made a good point. I'm never gonna watch your content, or he made a good point. I'm not gonna watch your content type person. I'm not that person. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I'll watch both. If both of them people must agree, that's between them guys. I got nothing to do with that. I'm still gonna watch whoever and then take away what I want to take away, because I might have my own opinion about whatever they say, but doesn't mean I'm not gonna enjoy either of their content. XQC, on the other hand, not gonna cap. When I watch this content, I just like lose my mind. I try watching some of this stuff. I'll watch like clips, but I can't watch the stream. I can't. But the dude's a successful streamer though. I just can't. Anyway, so yeah, there was such a long talk. Actually, he broke it down. Let's go to the kick part.
2 hours.
There have been instances where it's 72 hours, and even that's longer. And I'm sure you've advocated against that too. Why is there such a gigantic double standard here?
There isn't a gigantic double standard. Kick has been out for 4 months and is still in beta.
You
as an advisor and as like a co-owner of a platform can't control Aiden, but you want me to fucking tell my editor what he can and can't say. That's an entirely different point of the conversation.
You want me to govern someone that is outside of my purview regarding my brand and as an advisor to Kick. I don't have that sort of power on Kick. Do you understand? You're filling that gap.
I don't have that kind of advisor power on Austinox. I don't think that is adequate.
That's
your
either.
No. He's a whole ass adult. He's a grown ass adult. He works with other people too when he wants to. I don't have that.
So your comparison between you and Austinox, your #1 editor and your #1 man, is the comparison to streamers that stream on Kick, and in compared to me as being an advisory role for Kick.
I think the advice you should have given was maybe a little bit harder than 24 hours. Maybe you should have railed a little bit harder on Kick in the way that you expect us to rail on fucking Twitch.
And maybe you should
ban gambling.
And maybe
you have a little bit more control over Kick than we do over Twitch, don't you?
And maybe you should have put a little bit more effort, or the same effort you did for the gambling bans that you do for the small to mid-sized creators on the platform while you sit there having a $10 million+ contract. Why don't you put that on hold and push for the small to mid-sized creators?
I really love that you think I have a $10 million+ contract. That'd be fucking awesome. Thank you.
Amazon does not put out flat contracts for flat amounts anymore.
I'm talking about the ad incentive heavy deals. If he runs the ads top of the hour like he does, you'll push easily 6 figures plus up to 10 million easily if you do the hours and the ads.
I wish. I mean, that's some wishful thinking. But you know what that reminds me of? At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, you can subscribe. You can use one other thing that I can't tell you what it is, but you know what it is. Winky face. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
Okay, listen, guys. You guys are both wrong and right, and you're already in bad faith.
No, what am I wrong on? Come on, Felix.
You are wrong because you're okay.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, he's also wrong, but you're also wrong.
Tell me what.
Okay.
One.
Your misunderstanding and purposeful misconstruing of how TOS works and how it is enforced. Somebody has it with a track record of how many years of streaming and how many infractions that they've had, right? And what is the nature of the infractions and the extent, and on top of that, what was the intention?
The nature of the infraction was pretty aggressive in regards to Aiden.
There is a significant amount of stuff that goes into
You think deliberately showing porn to minors, even if it's your first infraction on the platform, deserves longer than 24 hours?
I think the argument that doing anything is for minors is in bad faith. I think
deliberately showing. Do you think deliberate? Sure, fine, okay. You think that's bad faith?
It's trash.
I don't think that's bad faith. They openly stated that they were minors after, but okay. Deliberately showing pornographic material to your audience that you know may have actual actual minors involved in it. Do you think that that is worthy, even if it's plus 18? Do you think that's worthy of simply 24 hours?
Well, I think it can be to a certain extent almost illegal. I'm not sure it's illegal to do that. Right?
Exactly.
So you think it's worthy of longer than 24 hours? Because Train said he advised, which he has a lot more power over Kick, I think, than we do over Twitch. He advised for a 24-hour ban.
Yeah, I would assume that over there, not a lot of infractions have taken place yet, right? I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't know how they enforce the TOS. I know what even is the TOS. Yes, there should be a punishment for that. And it's trash, okay? Are we going to duplicate their TOS, how it works over here, how it works over there? I think we're operating in overall bad faith. Because of the simple thought that you try to call them out for hypocrisy over the TOS, when in fact, the discussion over TOS was how it was enforced on a non-consistent manner back in the days when it came down to certain people doing certain things, not getting banned, and overall, it just didn't make sense. That was the real problem. They said, don't do this, and here's all the limitations, and it would get broken all the time, and it would get away with it because of multiple factors. I'm not going to state because I'm going to get banned. If I speak, I'm banned.
If I had the power to ban, believe me, a lot of creators on that site would be banned right now.
Like the other guy who copped Dome on fucking camera, that was crazy too. I think he got banned for what, 24 hours? I think. I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying that,
things,
like, you know,
what you think moderation should be on Kick, I'm pushing for and advising for. They believe a free platform.
I hope it works. And I hope the clip system works as well. I am excited to see what happens with Kick.
Okay, last thing. I'll play devil's advocate and say,
or platforming Nazis. I think that's pretty bad too, honestly.
Guys,
but that's just me.
I will go ahead, okay, and play devil's advocate and say that I think.
Okay, say like again, I'm a Hasan fan, right? But I feel like he's kind of in his feelings when he's talking to this whole situation, right? Because like he's pointing out the fucking Nazi situation. He's pointing out Aiden Rod showing porn to kid minors allegedly situation, and pointing out all this negative stuff that Kick is doing, right? If you do a search for anything about Twitch as far as people getting banned for sexual content, drugs, racism, violence, whatever the case may be, I guarantee you could probably find 5 examples in each one of those categories. I'm willing to put a fucking paycheck on it, right? So it's not really fair to try to shit on a newer platform that hasn't really fully established any kind of like moderation, right? For the entirety of the site, because it's a beta. It's a beta. So it's really hard to really fully establish that. Yeah, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West at first. It's slowly getting there. But I think that take was kind of unfair to say. I think that was an unfair take because it's 4 months old. Twitch has been around for how long now? For like over 9 years, and you still have people on there getting away with fucking until they get caught, or until somebody reports it. You know. So is it really fair to try to shit on Kick for that? That's how I look at that. Me personally.
Kick, people had the wrong idea of what the terms of service were because of certain clips.
Did, and I've talked about this many times.
To a colossal way, almost like a 99% of people thought, oh, this is what Kick is, and people they did something.
There is a difference between freedom of speech and hate speech. Do you understand? There is a major difference there. Hate speech is not allowed. I'm pushing for us to get a moderation team in place to get this removed across the site. This is the issue. A lot of people have come over thinking free speech means hate speech. That is not the case. Do you understand?
Well, that's usually why they do that. It's like a disingenuous way of framing it. Every platform has, even 4chan has like some speech restrictions on even poll. It's a normal part of the process of like regulating any sort of forum or any sort of place where people congregate. But a lot of Nazis will often utilize that as a reason. But I agree, and I think I'm happy that you are against it. I mean, maybe you'll have advice on how many days they should be banned, but that does seem like a good idea.
I agree with you.
I think hate speech should never be allowed. I feel like sometimes people are misconstruing what is permanent speech.
First time 3-day ban.
Oh, guys, that's hate speech. Ban it.
As me personally, first offense to hate speech, I would say a minimum 3 days. Second offense, maybe a month. Right? I don't know.
pervert freedom of speech to justify their hate. It's disgusting. It's completely disgusting to pervert the boundaries of freedom of speech to try and justify the use of hate speech. It's completely disgusting, and I see it happen all the time.
Technically, hate speech is protected under free speech, just for the record. In the United States of America, at least, it's just that private platforms oftentimes have a different level of restrictions, which is understandable. Like,
yeah, by hate speech, I'm referring to the speech that brings like harm to others.
Violence, I mean,
that would be, hate speech is part of that.
Call to actions or the pseudo call to actions are really bad. I think we can agree on that. That's just fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
Bots and actual pure gamba is nothing compared to garbage pack opening, loot box openings, garbage ass mega gamba gacha dog shit that corrupts and is purely ingrained into children's minds. 2 taps away from $100 spent from their dads and moms' credit cards. That shit creates and fosters behavior that will never heal as they grow up, and that is pushed heavily by everybody. Nobody blinks an eye, but some adult plays a slot. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Such hypocrisy. It's insane how bad that is.
What he's referring to is, you know, all these video games that have the same psychologist working on.
I mean, he got a point. I heard there's nothing but straight facts with that one. I mean, he got a point. I'm not really big into gambling. I mean, I've dabbled in it, but I use it responsibly. But as me, I'm just a responsible adult. You know, whoop-de-fucking-do, right? But he has a point when it comes to the kids part. Kids will love to gamble mommy and daddy's money for those fucking loot boxes and whatnot and shit like that. Them
as slot music or slot sounds, right? You have headshot sounds in video games, footstep sounds, gunshot sounds, right? The psychologists who develop both these sounds are one and the same, right? They target the same area of the brain and the same addiction areas. And then when you slide microtransactions into them, that's where things get a little complicated. So that's what XQ is referring to. And that's a truth that I think will come to light in, like, God knows, 5 to 10 years or whatever the fuck that, you know, I'm sure.
But in the process, if you understand that it's bad, you'll take the W's where you get them, right? And that's basically the point. I recognize that all of it's bad, but in the process of like looking to ban as much as you possibly can, people are going to understandably take W's wherever they can. Yeah, but
can you understand why the W seems to conveniently land on what Train is doing?
I agree. I think what I'm saying is that there was only like 3 or 4 big slot streamers. And then we came late into the meta of Twitch. It was like 2021, 2022. Right? When in fact, people were pushing hardcore mass brain corruption gambling through boxes and pack openings since almost the beginning of Twitch, and nobody has ever said a singular thing about it. And I wish there was any sort of energy that was against that at these times, or even today, about any of this shit. But nobody actually cares. And these are systems that are not only they are targeted on children. They don't target the adult. They target children, and they really make them grow up with the actual root seed thought of gambling. You can't convince me otherwise. That's just the basis of it. The packs, openings, the loot boxes, it's busted, and they see the streamer do it, right? And they don't have to fucking create a depot account on Coinbase and load in crypto and send it over there and sign up over there and make it. They don't have to do all this shit. All they have to do is tab out, open the app, buy points, $100, bing, and they're in. They're 5 taps away from their fucking streamer to go pure gamba hardcore brain dead mode. And nobody actually cares. So where's the energy against these systems? Where is it?
I think all gambling is bad, right? So the last thing I want to do is justify lesser evils or justify, you know, greater evils.
He's spitting facts. I'm saying he's still spitting facts.
Lesser evils, right?
I still think that, yeah, it should all be responsible usage and some parenting. Parenting should be involved here, but where's the live? Anything he just said?
All gambling is bad, but what XQC is saying, and I agree with, is just the consistency, right? Like, you guys claim it's not a targeted thing, it's not about me, you know, you take your wins where you get them, but there is no consistency among these arguments. The goalpost keeps getting moved, right? At first, it was all gambling is bad. Then it went to gambling. I don't know why we're having
this conversation with me. I've already talked about my perspective on the matter, and I need to pee really bad.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna dip out.
Yeah. I'm gonna dip out.
I have a very cute vlog vlog from my dog adoption stream that I'm going to be watching.
What's the consensus, or what's the results of this conversation? Are we meeting up for a round 2? Are we talking again? Are we giving each other hand jobs? Are we going to dinner? Are we getting a pizza box showing up at the door?
I don't know. You can come on the pod when you're in LA. We can hash it out. And
Yo,
then,
train fly to LA tomorrow.
I'll have my producer March actually describe to you in detail what it means to have workers control the means of production and have more labor power.
Try, I have an idea.
And you can bring the moderator in too.
Bro, fly tomorrow.
Sure, that's fine as well. Yeah, no, we can definitely do that as well.
We make the pod whenever he does it, fly in, and on that night we take a 1-hour flight to Vegas, and we gamble hardcore, and then from Vegas we split. You go north, I go south, and I go back home, and you go to Vancouver.
Okay, we'll put our entire Twitch yearlies on it.
General political.
Genuinely.
Exactly. So when you are working for Twitch, when you are basically a very, very insanely high paid contracted employee. We are getting 1099 contracts at the end of the year. That's how we pay our taxes. We are contracted employees. We are generating wage. We're generating value for the platform by streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
That is the way you do it. That is the way. Right. That is how you would do it.
And what would you say makes up our stream? What's the number one thing that makes up our entire streams? Would you agree it's chat? Would you agree it's the moderation, the moderators?
Actually incorrect on both ends. Incorrect. It's the servers.
What? It's the what?
Without the servers, you can't go live. You can't broadcast any of this.
Yes,
shit.
No. That is actually a good point as well.
We're referring
servers are important. The infrastructure is important, which is precisely why, right? The assets that were set in place for us and the logistics that were handled for us beforehand is why we decide that it is adequate for Twitch to take a percentage of this revenue.
Yep. No. Wait. It's not adequate to take a percentage of sub revenue at all. The ad revenue, yes, I agree. Sub revenue.
That's a great argument, Train. That is actually workers demanding more from the platform that is currently taking their wages.
Who is currently conditioning their workers to believe they're doing us a favor, but in reality, sub revenue is not a primary revenue driver in the business model of live streaming. So to take that is complete greed. But how to translate that into the streamer applying those values within their business models is what we're referring to, right? So that action is what I'm asking to see proportionally, or at least relatively.
Without me streaming, there is no revenue for the platform. So
spitting facts again.
So I am still the primary, I guess, there's no like socially necessary use value to streaming technically, but like if we are to consider entertainment as like an important good, I guess, or a commodity that we're producing, even though it's not like a chair in the chair factory or whatever, if we were to consider our output as work, without me clicking the start streaming button every day, there is no value generated. Okay. Someone else might take my place, right? Someone could become the person that is at the crosshairs, right? Someone could do that. Someone could easily do what I do. It's easily replicable in my opinion. But if there was more worker power, if there was more worker organizing, okay, if workers had more of a say on the platform that they are generating value for, we could put certain safeguard measures to stop the platform from saying you're just replaceable. Now, this is called collective action. Okay.
Well, that would remove the competition then, and then the content would become worse.
Yes.
And the viewers would get less of what they want.
No, I don't agree with that.
I disagree.
I think that no, because the NBA player union exists, and yet I don't think you would say that there are better basketball players out there on the universe. You think that there are better basketball players out there that are somehow being stopped from participating in the NBA?
Behind nepotism? Absolutely.
Well, possibly, yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, possibly, yes. But that's, you continue.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
We can go off on this tangent.
The NBA, no matter how rigged it is, Omega Lol, degenerate sports gambler Andes, is still one of the most meritocratic processes that you can get to, okay? It's still about skill. It's still to a certain level about how much you put in, how hard you work, and about the skill, okay? Even if it's scripted, like sports gambler Andes say, okay?
Bro,
it's just true.
Is so rigged. Sports betting is so rigged.
It is
rigged. Sports betting is so rigged from what I understand, and I talked about this in the video if you watch Train.
That shit's wild, bro.
They will cap you if you are actually fucking like leveraging your bets. If you're actually betting too good, they will literally stop you from betting. They put a limit. They inhibit the amount that you can bet. It's not rigged necessarily, but like it implies that there are people who could
more power to him. I
technically,
can't figure that shit out.
win a lot of money, and
But-
they still limit it. Okay. Anyway,
I think listen,
But to be fair, I did win. Was it like $2,000 during the Super Bowl? No, the year that the Rams won the Super Bowl, I bet $2,000 that the Buccaneers going to lose to the Rams and Rams going to win the Super Bowl. I did win $2,000 because I just had a feeling. It was like Matthew Stafford just went to the Rams. They're playing decent. He's going to do exactly what Brady did. Go to a team, first year, win the Super Bowl. Watch. And what happened?
listen, I think where you and I just disagree, right, is just the action versus the words. That's where we disagree. That's it, right? As far as where we come down that is that enough to put a wedge between you and I's friendship or possibility of friendship, right?
No,
That's
I don't think so.
tackle,
I just don't
right?
want you to. I just don't want you to keep saying that I'm like a hypocritical piece of shit. If you think that, then why would you want to be friends with me? You know what I mean?
Well, if you genuinely, right, like it comes down to what you're, right, if you know what you're doing and you're purposely, intentionally doing it, then that's when I wouldn't be friends with you. But if this is just your belief, right, if this is the socialism you believe in,
I think
and
so.
and you're acting consistently with that, I can be friends with you even if I disagree with that interpretation of socialism.
And
Right?
I think he does believe that. That's why I wanted you guys to talk to, because
Like if that's what you
him.
believe in, then
Okay.
you believe in that, right?
Also, we
You're
didn't
acting
even like get to the bottom of the socialism
Because socialism
thing and
sucks.
why it
Oh my
conflicts.
god,
it
that fucking
sucks.
scared the hell out of me, bro. There's a god.
Socialism sucks. Is that what you said?
I think it sucks. I think and people have tried it and they failed.
I think
I
we
see
need
that.
I
a
think-
in
What the fuck was
between.
that?
That's the problem. Listen,
I think the
can I say one
worker
thing?
sucks because the worker is stupid, because the population is stupid. I think people are dumb as bricks. People
listen,
shouldn't
Aaron.
have a say because the people
Can we
are
just see what's-
fucking dumb.
No,
I think people are dumb. You and I had a conversation a long time ago, Felix, about how you were forklift certified and you worked in fucking janitorial
They
duty.
sleep in the
and you
lockers.
but you figured out a way to min-max your sanitation duties, right? You remember?
That's right.
Yeah, you figured out a way to min-max your sanitation duties,
accidentally hit
even
the
though
clip
you are
button. I'm
Pepega
making a
Andy
clip right now. I
himself.
didn't mean to
Why?
do that.
Because through repetition, you figured out the perfect solutions that
Fuck it,
the
it's working,
manager
right?
is never going to know. These are some very meaningful ways in which workers could have a little bit more autonomy in their lives. Now, unfortunately, in a capitalist organization, a corporation decides, oh, you're more efficient. We're just going to fucking now make you do that regardless and pay you the same money.
Okay, yeah, but bro, people would sleep in the lockers, right, on their shifts, and then I would pass the right, and they were all sleeping in the dark,
not making a
and they
clip
would
of?
say,
What is it
"Oh
making a
man,
clip
why
of?
the fuck would I go, man? We're unionized. I can't get fired." And they didn't give a fuck.
don't-
And I thought
I don't even know what I was making a
fucking
clip of.
break my brain forever. When I skimmed the contact with this practice, I thought, "Holy fuck, this is so brain dead." Now at that point, I got corrupted. I got to thinking that it doesn't matter how good of a system you could put it in, humans will always find ways to crash it for self benefit and smoke them out, and they will never actually, because the humans are inherently a dumb species. I'm dumb. I think we're all dumb. They're all dumb. I think
Human beings are dumb, yes. You know, here's the thing though. You worked at a factory or a facility, right?
Guys, this is why we need to
And
implement.
you want to know who made the most money in that situation? It wasn't the fucking janitor that was sleeping. Every now and then he honks shoes and me's a little bit, okay?
but
and that's
this
fine
is-
on the job.
What is this? Hold on.
Right.
No,
That's
I
the real
don't
question that
think
we need
so.
to tackle.
What is
That's
this?
where we disagree. That's it, right? As far as where we come down that is that enough to put a wedge between you and I's friendship or possibility of friendship, right?
No,
That's the
I
real
don't
question that
think
we need to
so. I
tackle,
just don't
right?
want you to I just don't want you to keep saying that I'm like a hypocritical piece of shit. If you think that, then why would you want to be friends with me? You know what I mean?
Well, if you genuinely, right, like it comes down to what you're, right, if you know what you're doing and you're purposely, intentionally doing it, then that's when I wouldn't be friends with you. But if this is just your belief, right, if this is the socialism you believe in,
I think
and
so.
and you're acting consistently with that, I can be friends with you even if I disagree with that
Did he just
interpretation.
eat his nails?
of
I did not notice that.
socialism,
Did he
right?
just eat his nails?
I think he does believe that. That's why I wanted you guys to talk to, because
Like if that's
I
what you
believe him.
believe in, then
Okay.
you believe in that, right?
Also, we
You're
didn't even
acting in-
we didn't even like get to the bottom of the socialism
Because socialism
thing
sucks.
and why it
Oh my
conflicts.
god,
it
that fucking
sucks.
scared the hell out of me, bro. There's a god.
Socialism sucks. Is that what you said?
I think it sucks. I think
What was that?
I think people have tried it and they failed.
I think
must
I
see
need
that.
I
a
think-
in between.
What the fuck was that?
That's where we disagree. That's it, right? As far as where we come down that is that enough to put a wedge between you and I's friendship or possibility of friendship, right?
No,
That's the
I
real
don't
question that
think
we need to
so. I
tackle,
just don't
right?
want you to I just don't want you to keep saying that I'm like a hypocritical piece of shit. If you think that, then why would you want to be friends with me? You know what I mean?
Well, if you genuinely, right, like it comes down to what you're.
Okay, well, I made a clip. I don't know why I made
And
a
that
clip.
scene
This is why we
stealing-
need to
But
push
sure,
systems,
whatever.
Hasan.
No, you still
Okay,
got
but
it.
hold on.
This
Let
is why we need
me
to-
just say something. So that is seen as stealing from the boss. You're sleeping on the company time. Meanwhile, it is never expected of the boss to even enter the fucking factory floor ever to push a cart.
Because
or to
he
clean a
built
fucking
it.
toilet.
He deserves it.
Exactly.
Did they
I
build the
don't
fucking
agree.
the flooring,
I
the
don't
pipes,
agree,
the
because
machines?
without someone cleaning the fucking floors, without someone actually pushing the carts, he's not going to make any goddamn money. That is the main point of contention that I have with a lot of people. Personally, believe that that people that build these factories deserve to take everything they can off of their profits, which is why. And by the way, even if you disagree with me, that is socialism. The idea that the surplus labor value that they are extracting from you is something that should at least be democratically organized. As a workforce, you should be able to say, hey man, the janitorial staff need new mops. Our mops are in fucking in a dire state here. Instead of giving that money to faceless shareholders at the tippy top who didn't even build the fucking factory. Also, workers built the factory. Remember that. It's not the fucking bosses. They never put the bricks down to build that goddamn factory. They just had money. They just had capital, upfront money. To build the factory.
These are the worst examples. What about the people who take a risk, who put in some of their money and take a risk? They have an idea.
Right.
I'm gonna make this for even though the carrot on the stick, right? The carrot at the end of the stick is profit and luxury and the good life. They still do things that they can risk and they balls deep to get there, right? And that's what makes the things that are grandiose. And what about all the countries that have these systems, right? Where nobody's rewarded for going higher. What do? Nothing. They failed.
That's
why?
Really
Nobody's motivated to do shit. They want to be bums. They're lazy as fuck.
You're wrong. Literally, fucking a closer system to a social democracy that has like higher levels of socialization and higher tax rates has more billionaires per capita than the United States of America. So you're objectively wrong on that front. Not only that, but also European social democracy lapped the United States of America in innovation. So you're wrong on that front as well. The idea that the boss took a risk always forgets that the worker is also taking a risk. And the funniest part about the biggest, as a whisk, like a wabbit, a silly wabbit. You want to know what the fucking biggest risk that the factory owner has though? Is to be relegated to being a worker again. Because when you lose all your money in a fucking business, they don't put you in jail. They don't fucking kill you. They don't kill your family. They don't do any of those things. You just have to go back to fucking work and be a worker one more time. And the bosses fucking know that they never treat the workers well, which is why that is the major reason as to why they never want to fucking default. And that's why they constantly advocate for the system that they set in place.
Damn. Even though some of these arguments, fair enough. What's up?
On a more joking note, even ChatGPT agrees with me on the Gordon Ramsay event.
I saw that. I asked ChatGPT and I showed Chat the answer. I think actually somebody fed it to me.
Okay, continue. Yeah.
Regardless.
Anyway, there's also plenty of safeguards.
What was the Gordon Ramsay
owners whenever they do default? There's Chapter 11 bankruptcy in numerous ways that capital owners can at the very least continue living their lives in a comfortable way. No such safeguard measures, comparable safeguard measures, are ever afforded to the worker. You have to if you get downsized in a company, 400 Twitch employees were laid off today. Some of them don't even fucking know if they've been laid off or not. Okay. They might get a severance package.
Well, if they fucking suck, they shouldn't know. They're garbage.
What is that
is entirely dependent on Amazon to make that decision. They suck. They're good. None of that fucking matters. It is outside of their control, and that's the point. Okay. And basically, what happens?
I'm not being an asshole. I generally think that when you know you are creating value, when you know you're doing good and you're rolling,
even if you arrive at the same exact fucking idea at the end of it, where we say, you know what, we like this distribution. I think that people who are playing a role in the creation of this product should have a say. That is my point.
If we listened to streamers on how this shit should be run, this shit would have the lights turned off and Amazon would have pulled out years ago. Streamers are bricked. They shouldn't. They're fucking brain dead.
This idea where it has to be one or the other is the issue. Do you understand? There can be a middle ground. There can be a
Train is right.
A coming of a compromise. Do you understand?
Why? Because why? When they made that distribution, they wanted to improve their profit margin. Why did they improve their profit margin? Because Amazon wants the profits to go up because right now Twitch is in the red because web serving is very a web hosting for live streamed video, an inventory that is untapped basically with so many opportunities to fucking run ads is currently not running enough ads and giving them enough revenue. That is why they made this change.
He was just agreeing with them
on their failed
I was like, what the fuck was wrong with XQC?
To come together and find a system which doesn't punish the work. Where are they taking the punishment? Do you understand? Aside from these firings, which you'd argue is also another form of the worker taking the hit. They need to better their their business model. Do you understand? Everyone that's taking a hit because their shit business model is the worker. That is a mistake. Do you understand? It is wrong. Shit like that should be fought against. We should have voices. Whether it's on a panel, whether it's at a round table, we need to have voices to combat that. That's bullshit. You understand? That's greed. That's unfair.
We tried talking to them. You know what? You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Okay, that sure is fucking dumb. At the meetings, the only feedback we got from fucking big names like Tele1 is, where's the 20-minute ad button? Is the fucking feedback he gave them. We're all fucking brain dead.
That's insane.
Because the power can't be, right? Like the issue is this, right? For some reason, all of our issues are fought with two polarizing viewpoints, right? We either have all the way over here or all the way over here. We need to have a ground of, right, a place of discourse where we can come in the middle and say, okay, you know what? Let's compromise. Let's grab the shit that we need to do here. Hey, we'll take that L. We'll take that. But we're going to need this. These guys go, okay, well, we're going to need this, but we're going to take this. We go, okay, we've come to an agreement. That's what needs to happen. But this idea where they take, and it has to be this or this is our issue in everything today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Everything having to be one side or the other is an issue. It causes so much divide.
Meanwhile, while we're having this back and forth, you know who's not taking a fucking hit, dude? The bosses, the people that have Amazon stock, the fucking wealthy Jeff Bezos. He doesn't give a fuck. He's caked up, okay?
Bro,
it doesn't even matter.
Because they make money off the fucking bots at the Amazon fucking delivery service that are working with profit, and then they acquired Twitch, right? But this shit is broke. This shit isn't turning a profit.
I'm loving
this opportunity makes a profit. For them, it's an investment. Twitch
is not turning profit exclusively because Amazon literally treats Twitch as a money-making operation instead of offering it more favorable video hosting fucking server costs.
AWS and IBS, yes.
Yeah, Amazon could internally swap over if Amazon truly cared about Twitch being a profitable venture. They could literally swap over server costs to offset it off of one of the many other profitable ventures that they have. Bro, they're not doing that because they don't want to do that, because they want to increase the pressure on content creators and maybe even possibly take a risk on making the content unwatchable by delivering even more ads to the fucking viewers.
Bro, that's like me saying, yo, I grow my garden green beans and I sell green beans at the market, right? Well, now I hired 20 employees to build houses, right? But we're not doing a profit because I'm feeding them green beans I could be selling. Well, in that case, just don't sell them the green beans then.
That's how all business works. No, that's how all business works. That's how all business works. What you're describing is quite literally how businesses work regardless. Now, either it could be funded by this like endless money supply of constantly fucking raising funds with the ultimate goal of like turning profits someday, whether it be by monopolizing a certain sector like Amazon has done in the form of e-commerce, or any other way by making a competitive product that people actually want to fucking buy. That is literally what businesses do. That's why they fucking take an L year over year over year over year. You think Amazon gives a fuck about Twitch ultimately? You think they're in it for like the love of the game? You think they bought Twitch because they think like, oh man, Jeff Bezos just really loves live streaming.
If it wasn't for Amazon, this whole thing would be over.
What?
This is a money sinkhole. If it wasn't for Amazon, I'm pretty sure Twitch would be GG by now.
It's a bet. It's a bet that Amazon has made thinking, and I think that I agree with their assessment of the situation. It's a bet that they've made, okay? They think that they can monopolize the live streaming space. Amazon only does vertical and horizontal integration. They only monopolize. They don't do anything else. They don't have any other interests. They don't have any other goals. That's all they want to do. They want to corner the market so they can set the fucking prices, slowly but surely increasing the fucking wages or maybe lowering the quality of the output, okay?
Fair enough.
That's how they did it on e-commerce. And that's like they literally drove small business out of work and then bought them for pennies on the dollar. And that's precisely what they're trying to do with the live streaming space, ultimately so they can just eke out more profits when they are the premium live streaming destination.
As much as we should fight to remodel the initial interest, right? And try to make it better, right? I think we can still acknowledge that they bought the thing, right? And overall, what did we get? We got Prime subs and shit, right? We got to keep the lights on and continue this like passion project, right? So yes, we should push, right? But still acknowledge the fact that the lights are still on, that we can still do this shit. When will people understand this? Without Amazon, this will be over by now.
The idea that like there's no other way to do live streaming services, I think without like Big Daddy Amazon is not a correct notion in my opinion.
Oh, who else then? As Zubu tried it. Owen3 tried it. Who else tried it? Hitbox.
YouTube is doing it currently.
Because it's the same thing as Amazon, but they already have the fucking servers because of how much video content that they had and their workload. They already had the servers. That's the only reason why.
You know who's doing it? That motherfucker sitting next to me on my screen. That guy is doing it.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Fucking.
Wait, I'm doing what? Sorry,
Bro, I'm fucking juicing up Kick so hard. Okay, once you figure out the regulation on the platform, it's over. It's a wrap. I'm ready for that $100 million contract so I can start preaching the laurels of capitalism.
Completely new.
Really?
He's not even listening.
When I was at the club, I heard something else, but maybe.
Yeah, so initially that was the plan, but we decided to completely recreate everything because we thought that platform's brand was just like, we thought like that was too far. That was like kind of trash.
You know what are you talking? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nah, we were talking about the network infrastructure for fucking Kick because I knew I had some.
I think video XUC is not wrong though. I do think that video service, video hosting is incredibly expensive.
It is.
They just haven't been able to figure out the best possible product of making it work. Like there's so much inventory that you are literally not monetizing right now. That's why
I wish I could tell you our plan regarding certain like sponsors and everyone keeps thinking, oh, you're gonna do porn or Trojan sponsors. No, that those sponsors pay absolute shit rates. So that wouldn't cover anything at all close to what we need it to. Like it's just targeting the correct fuck, how can I?
Well, listen.
It's targeting the correct sponsors and the correct advertisers, right? So people are gonna jump and say gambling. That's not it either. And I think when we get ads, I think you'll understand where we're coming from. Like once that happens in the next 2 to 3 years, that's when people will understand, that business model and that approach.
Yes.
But anyways, I think before you speak, XQC, I think you and I agree on a lot, on a lot of. I think we agree with almost everything as far as like, the politics go. Obviously, I'm a little bit more middle. I believe in the polarizing sides are actually the reason where we are in today's world. I think it's just divide and conquer for each respective side. Obviously, given the
Facts.
The left is a lesser evil, but I think once you justify lesser from greater, things can start getting real fucked up. But anyways, to get to my point.
Also fucking facts. The lesser evil concept of it is like, there should be no lesser evil. This is like governing people's lives or whatever, but we gotta go with whatever the lesser evil is. And I just don't feel like that should even be an option. Like the lesser evil. Oh, so like one's a piece of shit. Oh, South Park did best. One's a douche and one's a turd sandwich or some shit like that. Like, I don't want to deal with none of that. The fuck?
I just think that we need to find better ways, right? So for the streaming thing, right? For the smaller to mid-sized creators getting fucked. Like I do think that if we came together or, whoever it might be, it's not just on you, right? It could be a multitude of streamers, right? That come together and spearhead something that gives a voice, and not only gives a voice, but actually, right? For me, it's the action over the words. We need to push for ways where we're actually getting shit done, because preaching isn't enough, especially if from the preaching we're gaining, right? It's fine. Like
the whole thoughts and prayers concept, right? We've been hearing that shit for the past like 6 years. Thoughts and prayers. Don't take any action, but just thoughts and prayers. Christ be onto you, whatever the case may be. Whatever your highest deity is. But it's always like the thoughts and prayers comment, but just moving on. No actionable action behind your words. Type shit.
To say that we shouldn't gain from the preaching, I think is an unrealistic standard and unfair. But I think if we're in a position where we're preaching and gaining, we need to take it one step further and try and bring that action into it to see actual change come through. Now, it may seem impossible as individuals, but I do think we're powerful enough to make these things happen. And that's what I like to see. So maybe in the future, you and I will get together and we'll come up with some crazy shit.
Sure.
You're sounding a lot like socialists right now.
You're going to have to talk to Mr. Bezos okay? Because
Who's
fucking Jeff Bezos, man. You have to talk to him about it, man. Because listen,
no, we're not talk to him, bro. We have our own leverages. Trust me.
Listen,
Jeff is running Twitch into the ground, and Twitch, you know, got me going, right? It got me going in my streaming career, but man, it just fucking took a round fucking turn. It took a round fucking turn, and whatever.
The thing is though, is that I do agree though. I do agree that there needs to be some change. In my opinion, I don't think a lot of people are evil at the top. Is that monetizing and keeping the lights on for live stream operations and esports operations is incredibly difficult, and we just don't have the answers, and they don't have them either.
They don't have them, yeah.
How, Sway?
How, Sway?
Who ain't got the answer, Sway? Who ain't got the answer, Sway? That was perfect timing. How, Sway?
How, Sway?
You ain't got the answer, Sway. One more time. How, Sway?
How, Sway?
Okay, anyway.
No, I'm in agreement with you there, and I think that is a literal product problem.
Yes,
what you're describing is one that a more democratized system of governance would genuinely benefit from.
Yep.
More ideas in this regard, and different ways to like incorporate people into whatever kind of like monetizable products that we can put forward.
Yep.
Is literally the way forward, in my opinion. It's the best way to do it, and that's never going to happen. Because, brother, you know, that's just not how the system is designed.
We can make you know what? We can make a parallel with this with esports. I wish people sat down and understood this fucking problem. Okay, esports fucking sucks dick. Okay, why? Because people don't buy shit, and they're not doing a profit because they are having problems monetizing their operations. So you're gonna go at fucking Riot Games, yo, we bought a spot in the fucking in the franchise of Valorant, and we can't make money, and it's your fault. No, they don't have the answers. Nobody does. They have failed.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
As a product to turn their operations into making money for the people that watch, the fans. It just sucks. They don't have the answers, and there's nobody to blame for that.
It's because the answers don't lie in each respective extreme side. I'm telling you, I know I sound like a fucking crazy centrist. I'm telling you, we need to get to a place where we abandon these fucking sides and come in the middle and grab the best of both. I know this sounds idealistic, but I do think it's possible. We need to operate from a place of logic and reason, and only then can we reach a point of compromise where the business can make money and not at the cost of the worker. You understand? This is achievable. The problem is corporate greed, and the greed of one respective side is outweighing the needs of the other. I'm telling you, the day that we come together and we operate from a more logical, reasonable place instead of a divide and conquer political bullshit place where we're fucking scaring one side from the other through fucking propaganda and bullshit, until that goes away and we come in the middle and we say, okay, you know what? We understand that, you know, maybe these policies and these, you know, whatever are necessary for the country to run, but we shouldn't adopt them at the, you know, cost of the worker. That's what needs to happen. Do you understand?
Okay,
the problem is we're trying to find a solution on one side. Do you understand? It's not going to happen.
In my opinion,
you understand that?
Well, I mean, okay, yes, on top of that, I mean, I'm gonna double glaze because listen, the core concept is live streaming is the future. Okay, all of this is the future. There is infinite value in live content. People are starting to realize that, but instead of doubling down on the, let's say, investment or operations, they're doing the opposite. They're trying to make more money out of it and turn a profit in a growing field that's one tested and will continue to grow. And I think that's a problem. Somebody needs to go on the phone with Jeff Bezos, okay, and say, yo, motherfucker, how about giving a couple more years, right? Of more productive creators for people to create more, to have more passion and have better job security in their field to do this. So it grows faster and bigger.
Ultimately, yeah, but ultimately it should not, that decision-making process should not be left up to some motherfucker, in your words, that doesn't know anything about this process. And that's the point. Or like dickheads that are fucking 65 years old and still use like a payphone.
Hey, Conundrum.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Conundrum, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it.
Those are the guys who are making the decisions.
Thank you so much.
On
thank you for
what
supporting the
happens.
stream.
Jeff
Appreciate
Bezos
you.
was in that fucking
thank you.
in that monopoly meeting in front of Congress. They were like, they asked him about Twitch and he's like, like, "What's Twitch?" They asked me about DMCA and music and Twitch.
Hasan,
Like, Twitch.
you're a
Check
hypocrite.
my notes.
Check this out.
Why
Wait,
are
what?
you making fun of the old fucking bones that are brain dead? Instead, sit down with them and educate them. They would love Jeff Bezos is getting old. You don't think you would love that?
Wait, bro, that's what I'm saying.
I need to establish
but the
some
people,
like commands for follows,
but the
whatever.
point is,
like,
the only people who can like get access to
I'll
them
figure it
and
out.
educate them, which is precisely what I said, is someone like myself. And
Brandon.
it shouldn't be that
Skill
way.
issue.
That our understanding should be dramatically different. That like
because
everyone
this
has to do
everyone
the thing
plays
that
a
is
role,
needed.
and everyone should have a little bit of a say. It doesn't mean that like the janitor is going to
What
do
brought you-
fucking
what brought you
brain
here?
surgery in the
Conundrum,
hospital.
how'd you
It just
find
means
me?
that as far as
What pulled you up?
sanitation goes, they have that
And tell me
covered
about
better
yourself.
than
Are you
the
streamer-
fucking
are you streamer as
surgeon
well?
would know. That's the
do you
point.
follow
And a
this
part
whole-
of that
hold on.
is about
I don't want to talk over them, but do you follow any of this drama at all that's going on between Kick, Twitch, Hasan, Train? Like, do you follow any of this stuff? You get any questions, any thoughts, any concerns, anything like that? I'm here for you. I'm here for you. All right, just so you know, I'm here for you.
a fairer distribution of profits after all
Oh, you watched
things
the whole thing live?
are
Yeah.
discussed clearly.
I didn't see it.
That's it.
Then
Like,
how do I?
Me personally, I've always been watching Hasan, but I never like watch all his streams. And I'd probably say like when Train was before Kick was a thing, that's why I slowly started picking up on Train's content, whatever. But then like when he full blown went for Kick, that's why I really started watching more of his content. But I totally missed this whole thing. But I did recently see like sometime last week, like a 12-minute snip up. But the 12-minute snip up was made by Hasan's camp, and it kind of was like catered more towards him, like I guess you could say like winning the arguments. I guess you could say. Whereas Train just released the whole fucking thing, so you can kind of like unobjectively see the entire concept of the discussion and formulate your own opinion about what was well said and well expressed as far as their thoughts about the situations that they was talking about. So yeah.
Make Dan Clancy call up Jeff Bezos and have me I'm gonna go to his yacht and explain to him all the
And again, for me, yeah, I may have watched Hasan more, but I agree with both of them. Like, I don't owe any kind of loyalty to Hasan. I don't owe any kind of loyalty to Train because I do believe in Train's process for this whole platform. But I have no loyalty to neither of them, so I kind of agree with both of them, and I think both of them are cool in their own kind of ways. So that's just me personally. The clip in the clip section. Oh shit, that shit actually works. Shit's dope. Hey, well, we appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much.
these kind of and then
This is
Twitch.
training.
I feel like
everything
Dan
and a
Clancy
lot.
is probably better off never talking to Jeff Bezos, because if Jeff Bezos even was
And a lot
made
of
aware
discussions,
of Twitch as a platform, I
don't
feel like
watch-
he would just eviscerate.
I don't really do like a whole watching of SQC that much. Like, not at all. Basically, I watch clips of XQZ. That's maybe here and there, but nah. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to how they view things, whatever. And I listen to it all. And then at the end of the day, I'm still gonna come up with my own personal opinion, you know. But I like to see what other people's point of views are, especially when with these guys within the streaming space. They've been in for so long. You know, obviously, I'm just like, I'm a baby streamer, so I was like understand their mindsets about it, how they see it working and how they deal whatever drama for the streaming stuff, not drama between streamers, but drama with the streaming space. The whole situation between Kick and Twitch right now. That's what I'm interested in.
Us. You'd probably laser Dan Clancy off of his fucking yacht in his like little mecca that he has, and
Do you
then he
stream
would
as
just
well?
shut down Twitch in its entirety. So it's better. The less he knows about us, the better it is, I think.
Really, bro? I could have this grandiose speech, bro. People need to understand that live content is the genuine future of media. It is
Not just
dank,
viewer?
has infinite possibilities.
I need to get a first
in
person I met
all
that's just a
realms
viewer
that they
and
can
not
fathom. Live content.
not a streamer.
So why
I get a
are
first
they
person.
cutting
So
it? cutting its legs off.
You better get
start running.
I just mentioned you. I already want to give you like a VIP, like OG badge. Like, oh man,
it's Andy Jassy. That's
you're
now
the first person who followed me. That's not a streamer.
No, remember that's what's important because you know who's making money.
A real
off
one
of Twitch?
right there. You're a real
Twitch
one.
Doesn't really make that much money, but you know who's making money off Amazon? Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Why? That motherfucker hasn't been doing shit since he decided to turn this into like an online library system.
Bro, I thought he gave half of his shit to his wife.
Yeah, well, he did, and then she's now using it on charity overall, which for some reason still hasn't solved our economic inequality.
I'm just slowly trying to grow.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Slowly trying to grow.
He's still minting. Okay.
I
don't even normally do this. If I'm being
Los Angeles Dodgers for losing. Just I would have won 40 mil if you would have won.
Yeah, we won 35 mil off of that shit. That's just crazy.
40 mil if Dodgers. How the fuck do you lose to the Rockies? Despicable, disgusting. Like, have some fucking shame. Holy fuck! It's the first game of the spring training goddamn season, and you're fucking losing to the Rockies, the Colorado fucking Rockies. Disgusting. Sorry,
it's their fault, and not you putting down a biblical amount of money on spring training.
No. I put $500 on like a 300,000.
Don't get. Now they're all twisted.
No. Yeah, that's a false reality. But
I don't know. I don't know enough about betting. But why the fuck are you betting on spring training, dog? What the fuck,
brother? Listen,
that's what the money is at. Okay, listen. So wait. So who's at the top now? And I think it's less fun.
Andy Jassy.
Before we do that,
I'm not gonna get canceled.
Before we do that,
I'm trying to go to sleep, dog.
Okay, go to bed.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear what it is.
Before we do that, let's listen. Do you agree at the very least? Like, you're memeing the systems thing. Do you agree at the very least that if you preach what you preach, right?
Oh no.
We're going right back to where we started. You go right back to where we started from, bro.
Coming to an end. I'm just saying, if we listen, hopefully the goal will be we'll come together, we'll start implementing some of the things he preaches, right? Whether it could be us two, it could be him and 3 other streamers, it could be whatever the case. I believe that's what it takes to lead the charge. We just need more.
I just want to point out there, despite how they got here, right? The huge riff, the huge argument, like the huge the divisiveness they had at the beginning of the stream, you cannot take away from the fact that Train is legitimately trying. He is trying, bro. He is trying to do something for the people. Like, Hasan and Train may not see the eye to eye. They may joke here and there, and they may go at each other's necks here and there. They may do whatever the case may be. But the end of the day, with all that shit going on up here, whatever, right? He might come right back down here. It's like, dude, okay, yeah, we got this shit going on. That's fine and dandy. We may have strong different opinions about this and that, but at the end of the day, you and I, that's the same talking right down here. I don't know why I'm checking. I didn't mean to make it look like that.
Skill issue.
I didn't mean to make it look. Whatever. Anyway, he's down here, right? At the end of the day, he's like, we have the capability of doing something positive for the people that is in either the streaming space or the people interested in the streaming space or whatever the case may be. He wants to look out for us. And Hasan is kind of on the same boat, but they just can't meet eye to eye with that. And they're trying to figure out how can we get eye to eye to do something better for the people. So they may have the differences up here, but I like that he ultimately comes right back down here to. It's kind of like I'm cupping the balls. It's like you're holding the back and I'm cupping the ball. Let me stop. You know what the fuck I meant, all right? Y'all know what the fuck I meant, all right? I'm just saying he is ultimately trying. He's trying for us, for everyone who's a streamer. No, you fucking get it. You fucking get it, Squiggles. All right? You fucking get it. I'm just saying he's trying for the people. And welcome to the stream. Welcome back. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. And I hope if you came back from work, if you're not going to work, whatever the case may be, hope it was a great work experience, and or I hope you have fun at work. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Train really is for us. Whatever you want to say about the platform, whatever you want to say about the gambling aspect, whatever you want to say, sure, have your opinions. But you cannot take away from the fact that Train is really legitimately for the people. And when I say the people, I mean the streamers. You cannot deny that shit. That's all I'm saying. You just can't fucking deny that. As like, you can't.
Action to follow the words, and I think big things come, right?
I agree. That's I agree with that. I try my very best all the time. People still yell at me nonstop.
So then this leads to this. Okay, we'll find, to make it a cute little meme to wrap it up, we'll find some systems in which we believe, right, can lead the charge in some of the ideals that we believe in.
But at the end of the day, both of them have the same goal. They want to help people. It's just how going about helping people is the thing, you know? And that's where this discussion ultimately led to. How to help people they all equally want to help. And that's it. It's helping people. They may see different eye to eye, they may have beef, but ultimately they both have the same goal. Helping people. And that's all that I care about. I don't give a fuck about their beef, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think it's good content because I think it's fucking funny at times, because Hasan would pop off and Train would pop off, and next you see like, hey man, look, you gotta say this, you know. So it's good. It's good. I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I can give two shits about the fucking beef. They both have the same goal. They want to help their fellow man, and that's what I'm cool with. I'm cool with that shit. That's what I'm cool with. I support that shit.